Hey there, it's William. Today we're tackling a Samsung top-load washer that's not filling. If your washer is leaving you high and dry, it might be due to a faulty inlet valve, a malfunctioning pressure sensor, or issues with the main control. Don't worry, these are problems you can fix yourself with a little guidance. Now before diving in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more do-it-yourself appliance repair tips. Let's get started and get that washer back in action. With over 2 million products in stock and the know-how to help you do it yourself, we are AppliancePartsPros.com. For today's work, we'll need a multimeter, a Phillips screwdriver, and a pair of pliers. Also, please remember that safety comes first. Always disconnect your top-load washer by either unplugging it or switching off the breaker. With the power safely off, we're ready to tackle the troubleshooting process. Let's jump right into diagnosing the issue with your washer. So let me show you how we are accessing it. We're grabbing our Phillips screwdriver and removing the 5 Phillips screws along the back of the console panel. With the screws removed, the back half of the console will pull away from the console assembly, and we can set it to the front. The front console will lift up at the back, and we can rotate it so that the face is down. We may have to lift the lid in order to do this. We are plugging the power cord in at this point. Extreme care should always be taken to protect against electrical shock, which could potentially result in serious injury. Please do not test live voltage if you are uncomfortable using a multimeter around live voltage. We are grabbing our multimeter and setting it to volts AC, which looks like a V with a squiggly line. If you'd like a refresher on how to use a multimeter, we've put together a comprehensive tutorial for you, so check out the link in the description. We are rotating the top panel, turning the console on, and starting a wash cycle. We are testing the valve solenoids for 120 volts AC. If the valve receives voltage, like we see here, but no water comes through, then the valve has failed. If there is no voltage, we will need to continue troubleshooting. We are canceling the wash cycle. Once it is fully stopped, we are pressing temperature, spin, rinse, and then spin again, then rotating the selector knob until 007 shows on the display to do a frequency test. This shows what the pressure sensor is sensing, and we are looking for a reading between 25 to 26 kilohertz. We are going to turn the washer off and unplug the power cord. We are setting our meter to resistance, which looks like an upside down horseshoe. We are disconnecting the wire connection from the pressure sensor and testing the pressure sensor from pin 1 to pin 3. We should see resistance between 15 to 35 ohms. If the pressure sensor did not have a good frequency reading or it failed a resistance test, the pressure sensor would need to be replaced. If the water valve did not receive voltage and the pressure sensor tested good, the failure would be in the main control. Reaching this section of the troubleshooting verifies the failure by the process of elimination. Since we found the valve has failed on this washer, let me show you how to replace it. We are disconnecting the wires from the valve. Now we are grabbing our pliers and moving the hose retainer back along the hose and disconnecting the hose from the valve. We are grabbing our Phillips screwdriver and removing the 3 screws securing the valve. We are lifting the valve slightly up and pulling it to the back of the washer to get it out. Here's the old inlet valve and here's the new one. If you've already got one, great. If not, you can pick one up at AppliancePartsPros.com. Now we are inserting the valve onto the washer. Using our Phillips screwdriver, we are securing it in place with the screws that we removed. Now we are grabbing our pliers, pushing the hose we removed back onto the valve, and securing it with the retainer clip. We are reconnecting the wires to the valve. We are reconnecting the wires to the pressure switch. We are grabbing the console and rotating it into the top panel, lifting the lid a little bit just to slide it in. Now we are securing the back console panel back to the console with the screws that we removed earlier, and then plugging the power cord back in. With that, we are done. Once you've identified the issue with your Samsung top-load washer, whether it's the inlet valve, the pressure sensor, or the main control, be sure to visit AppliancePartsPros.com with your model number to order a replacement part. Most orders arrive within just a couple of days, so you can get your washer up and running again in no time. Feel free to utilize our video guides to help with the installation once your new part arrives. We'd love to hear how your repair went, so share your experience or any questions you might have in the comments below. Your feedback helps us support fellow do-it-yourselfers like you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to assisting you with your next project.